End of the week, Simply Bitcoin. We break down the news from Twitter, the daily fail, meme review, the software releases, and the websites by Plebs or Plebs. Drop us a like, subscribe. We're going to the numbers. Let's check them. At the time of this recording, the Bitcoin, no, I got to start it again. I was about to say the price again is 683,000. That would have been awesome. Everyone would have been freaking.
It's like,
Rich biatch! At the time of this recording, the block height is 683,638. The Bitcoin price, 49,755. Chain rewrite days, 594. Total lightning capacity, 1,314.17. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 7.73%. And sats per dollar, 2010.
fuck you, Elon. No, but in all seriousness, imagine being the idiot that sold at 46K.
I know, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, 46K wrecked. All those the people that sold, because they for sure, they were like, oh my God, that's it. It's going to zero.
Dude, man, it's great, bro. Man, that guy's doing something, bro. He's up to no good, man.
Yeah, he's dirty.
He's dirty. Dirty.
He's definitely not clean like the cars he claims to sell.
Yeah, man. Definitely not. But anyways, cheaper sats. Everything else looks good. And if this is your first bull market, welcome to the ride. Anyways, Phil.
Welcome to Bitcoin.
Anyways, Phil, it's time for
the daily fail. Speaking of Elon, all right, don't worry, we're gonna squash this. We're gonna move on from this fail, but this was too good. We could not do this. Okay, here we go. So, Elon's garbage tweet: working with Doge devs. I don't think there are any, but anyways, to improve system transaction efficiency, potentially promising. All right, so check this out. So Adam Back chimes in, not somebody who doesn't know anything. Doge's years unmaintained, a literal joke copy of outdated version of Bitcoin with long-known vulnerabilities. Factually, Bitcoin doesn't consume incremental power per transaction and has layer 2s like Lightning and Liquid BTC, which amplify capabilities. Not a putz. And just, one of the things, right, when people are on Twitter, and they write something, and of course, I'm a shit poster too, but I definitely try to check people's bios before I respond. And for the people who don't know who Adam Back is, cypherpunk cryptographer, privacy eCash. He's the inventor of Hashcash, and he's the co-founder CEO of Blockstream. Okay, and just to go on a little further about this is the Bitcoin white paper, and I'm just going to read the beginning of the proof of work section here. To implement a distributed timestamp server on a peer-to-peer basis, we will need to use a proof of work system similar to Adam Back's Hashcash. So he's cited in the Bitcoin white paper. And then along comes this absolute fucking putz and writes this back to Adam. What do you know about crypto, Bitcoin, and Doge? You think you know more than Elon about this stuff? He said he's working on Doge now, and I'm sure it's going to be tremendous. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, that guy just died right there. He just disappeared into his own ass like poof. It's like he didn't even exist. That is so horrible. Oh my gosh. Come on. The guy is cited in the Bitcoin white paper, like the thing you think you're giving him shit about, like he helped contribute to its creation. If it wasn't for his contribution along with a few others, Bitcoin wouldn't exist. I mean, it. Anyways,
man. If you look up now, the next year's edition of the dictionary, if you look up wrecked, it's just going to have a picture of that tweet, right? Man, Adam Back, in terms of like Bitcoin OGs, right? Like it's Satoshi, Hal Finney, Adam Back's right behind them. He's up there. He's in the top 5, man. This is, man, he's an original cypherpunk, but it just goes to show, man, it just goes to show how much influence, Elon's tweet does. And it just convinces people. We did a daily fill the other day of that Layla whatever, and she was serious in saying that like Elon was going to make something out of Doge, which we all know is impossible. But man, it's just like Elon knows this. He's not stupid. So like, what is he doing? He's just scamming everybody. He's just scamming everybody, man. And that poor fool, instead of buying Bitcoin, he's going to buy a joke coin. Oh, man.
Okay, but I just want to add one piece to finish this off. We're at the point in that cycle where you've got people that did absolutely zero research that are coming at people who know way too much, and they are just totally getting wrecked. I mean, I feel like, you know, we're ready for the next leg up.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's time.
We're in the like
These wrecked shitcoiners think they've won. They're like, yeah, that's it. Bitcoin's dead. I remember this in 2017. All these shitcoiners were cheering. Yeah, we won.
We were part of them, Phil.
I know.
We were on the shitcoin.
But I wasn't winning. I wasn't part of those people. I was like cheering. I was like, fuck.
Oh man, but it happens every freaking cycle, right? And it's simple. Of course, the shitcoins are gonna pump, right? But what do you think happens next year?
Minus 99.98%.
Man, people lose their houses, man. The 2017 was nasty. People have short memories, bro, but a lot of people got really wrecked, bro. But man, Phil, your fails just keep getting better and better. I get excited for them now. But I've always got excited for them, but now I get really excited. Anyways, Phil, it's time for
the daily meme review.
All right, everybody. The meme for today is brought to us by a fellow plebe at Liberty Blitz, Michael Krieger. But anyways, check out the meme. Remember what I tell you guys about blue check marks, everybody. And of course, he's quote tweeting the Elon Musk working with Doge to improve. But man, it's so true. I don't know what it is. You know what? Thank you, Jack Dorsey. You make our jobs and everyone's jobs easier. You separate the bullshitters and the honest people and the people that haven't sold their souls to the regular people, to the plebs. So thank you, Jack. And for that, I'm going to give it an Essentia, which is the best water ever. It's mostly empty. What about you, Phil?
Commendable score. Okay, look, I loved it. Totally loved the I just love that image. I think that image is hilarious. And you know what? In the spirit of making sure that, you know, we don't lose our minds, I am going with 888 skate helmet.
Oh, okay, you take this one, bro. You take this one. That's
right.
An awesome skate helmet by Phil and a weird fancy water bottle, and yeah, for an amazing meme, blue check mark by Liberty Blitz. But anyways, Phil, it's time for
the Daily News, sponsored by
Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody, the news for today. Check this out. Mr. John Vallis that came on our show. It dropped. The news has come out. Thanks for the discussion. Happened exactly in May. Dr. Jordan Peterson just had a discussion with Breedlove, Gigi, Vallis, and R James _BTC. That's really huge. This podcast will break the internet. But anyways, moving on to this other noticeable tweet. Phil, I never thought I would say this. These are politicians talking about inflation, but they're talking about it as if Bitcoiners were talking about it. Inflation not only takes away your buying power, it devalues your time, and time is our most valuable asset. Every dollar printed incrementally devalues your time. Then that's a retweet of Cynthia Loomis, which is the Wyoming senator that's pushing, the Bitcoin, whatever, you guys know the word, but she is quote tweeting a text by Thomas Sowell. Inflation is a quiet but effective way for the government to transfer resources from the people to itself without raising taxes. So you have two politicians, that are essentially saying inflation is a scam. I never thought I would see the day. It's just this year has just been crazy. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, those modern money theory people, they must not be happy right now. They must not be happy. Inflation is good, right? It's great. We need it. Right? For some reason, everybody needs to get poorer. Everybody needs the ability not to be able to store their time. For some reason, that's a feature. We can't make this shit up. Like, we can't, even if we tried. It's ridiculous. Beautiful to see Scott Conger, make those comments. Wish he would respond to my message to get him on this show. Hopefully he will eventually join us for an episode of Simply Bitcoin. We are trying to get, some of these people to come and join us. But look, it's really cool to see, not like, you know what it is? What people don't understand is it's not about idolizing, or thinking, oh, wow, it's so great. Look at this person. What it is it's validation, right? That's what people like. And it's validating to us to see people that are not in our space, that are not in our bubble, right? Not in our vacuum. And they're seeing the same thing as us. Okay? That starts to become a more widely shared reality.
Yep.
Anyways, makes you think.
It makes you think. And this is years. This is years. This is vindication, right? This is years of being in the trenches, right? Of the FUD, it was crazy, man. Anyways, you guys, if you guys stick around for the bear market, you'll understand. But moving on to this next piece of news, check this out, Phil. We covered this. We actually brought on Alex Gladstein to talk about how dangerous these people are. The FATF, like we call them, or the Financial Action Task Force, is essentially this unelected group in the G7 countries, meaning the Western democracies, right? That essentially just says, look, these are the recommendations that we have, for Bitcoin. We told you that they were an enemy of Bitcoin. They were going to make it absurd for people to transact. We told you this months ago. Well, Phil, guess what started happening? Turkey government requires exchanges to report Bitcoin trades over $1,200, adding to its recent moves to close in on what it sees as cryptocurrency's potential to facilitate. It's always that, right? Mm-hmm. It's always crime. To facilitate criminal activity, the Turkish government has announced that cryptocurrency exchanges in the country must report any transactions that exceeds 10,000 lira, the equivalent of $1,200. Now, here's the kicker. The minister maintained that the government didn't think that the cryptocurrency traders had malicious intent, but that its anti-money laundering rules are modeled after those of the Financial Action Task Force. It's exactly what we told you a couple months ago was going to happen. This is exactly what Alex Gladstein told you was going to happen. This is exactly what Phil told you was going to happen. This is exactly what Nico told you was going to happen. These people are the enemy of Bitcoin. It's not only happening in Turkey, Phil. Check this out. Argentina authorities require Bitcoin exchanges to provide transaction data, despite various anti-free market policies discouraging Bitcoin use in Argentina. What happens? Adoption continued to accelerate in the capital control-stricken country. Why is that? Same thing happens in Venezuela. Same thing happens in Sri Lanka. People want to be able to save and be able to feed their families, right? And if you live in a country with capital controls, the reason that they have capital controls is because no one wants their money. So anyways, to move on to the article, the Federal Administration of Public Revenue, essentially Argentina's version of the Internal Revenue Service, has ordered all cryptocurrency exchanges operating within the country to file comprehensive transaction data on their customers every month. Citizens have opted to denominate their wealth in US dollar, the global reserve currency, yet have essentially been stripped of their ability through recent strict government policies. Argentinians and people from Turkey, Bitcoin is for you, right? And it's really scary, Phil, that this task force, these shady figures, because we don't know who they are just making the rules. We don't elect them. Right? We have no say, but they deem your transactions unworthy. And you know what I have to say to them, Phil? Have fun staying poor, bros.
You know what? It's just absolutely sickening. And what's scary to me is that unfortunately, there are so many people that are not going to spend the time or the resources figuring out what's right and what's wrong. There are going to be so many entities that go along with this bullshit. We have such a long uphill battle Really the only way I see out of this is decentralized exchanges, right? Making it almost impossible for them to, to track all these transactions. But I think we're pretty far away from one. One of the attractions, right, to the centralized exchanges is how easy they are to use, the easy user experience and the easy UI. Now, decentralized exchanges, it's not that difficult. Okay. I have used it. I've used BISC.
It's very heavy.
Really, sorry?
It's very heavy software.
It's a heavy software. And like, to be honest, I was intimidated the first time, but that was just my own fault, right? Like, it was just like, you get worried, right? It's real money and you don't want to lose it. You don't want to screw up. Okay. And look, I was able to go ahead, do a transaction. It was actually, it was easier, but do I see everyone, right? Like, do I see the people that are using centralized exchanges right now that I know using BISC or HODL? I don't, like I see them not having that experience. So I think eventually that experience will be there.
Unless they're forced to. Right?
Exactly.
Unless they're forced to. When they're forced to, people learn.
This is what happens, right? So these agencies are essentially forcing that to happen, right? Necessity is the mother of all invention. So it's just going to force our ecosystem to grow out even faster by necessity. So you know what? Try as they might. I think they're way too late to the party. They had a chance not to fuck our money supply. And now we have a whole bunch of these random organizations. These people are time sucks and they are money wastes.
They're rent seekers, dude. That's
100%.
literally what they are.
These people are never going to produce anything. No. Just another whole money pit, like you said.
A bureaucratic mess.
Garbage.
Literally obsolete. But anyways, Phil, check this out. This is going to be the FUD of the epoch. I think it's coordinated. I know that you think it's coordinated, Phil. Let's check this out. Green Ridge Generation announces plan to offset its Bitcoin mining emissions, right? That's so weird. Look, to start, the dates are so strange, right? And check out this article. Argo DMG blockchain joined group promoting Bitcoin mining decarbonization, right? So it's weird. It's like, why are all these things coming out at the same time?
Yeah.
As Elon's tweet. Oh, look at that. Tesla will not be selling you guys know the tweet, any Bitcoin, as we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. Why is it?
Who are these people talking to?
That this tweet came out around the same time as these articles. And we know Elon is lying because here, like we showed you guys yesterday, Bitcoin incentivizes renewable energy. Says true. So, like, we know the guy's lying. So who the hell is behind all this, Phil? What's going on? Like, am I being too conspiracy theory? But is it like, it's just it's too big of a coincidence for it to be just coordinated like that. And then that JP Morgan article that came out that it needs to be a proof of stake system because that's environmentally friendly, that happened to come out 2 hours after Elon's tweet. Like, what, like, dude, like, there's some shady forces. Maybe I have a tinfoil hat on right now, man, but like it looks like that, at least to me.
If we get fooled out of Bitcoin, then we don't deserve it. Seriously, like that, like no joke. If we are gonna sit there and throw it away again, then we really don't deserve it. I'm trying not to, sound like a conspiracy theorist, but that is absolutely creepy. And I feel like I'm living in a PSYOP. It's like it's a PSYOP horrible adventure. Like, what is that crap?
Dude, it's the same.
That's insane. And not only that, but it really it's going to be, is it because like you're saying who is responsible? Are you thinking it's just one person? I think it's like multiple groups that are all acting together.
Yeah, dude. It's the same people, bro.
I don't really care who they are, but they're asshats.
Man, it's it's 2030, nothing be happy. It's dude, for sure, dude. Like, man, and the Build Back Better, bro. Dude, Phil, you've seen the video, man, of every single world leader saying build back better.
To build back better or whatever.
To build back better.
Build back better.
Building back better.
To build back better.
And build it back better.
My plan to build back better.
Some would say to build back better. We would say to really have a great reset.
It's like, man, and then you see this coordination. Man, look, you can't confirm it. It sounds very conspiracy, but it's like, dude, like it's
kind of weird.
We're just pointing it out. Okay, we're just pointing it out. You guys can come to your own conclusions. You can think exactly. But anyways, Phil, there was a software release today. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Software releases. All right, we've got Join in Box version 0.4.0 that was released, and that is down below in the show notes.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. All right, guys, that was our show. You know what to do if you enjoyed the show. Smash that like button. Smash that. And of course, if you want to continue hearing the news from the Bitcoin perspective and the catastrophic fiat and shitcoin fails, definitely consider subscribing, and we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.